Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Whitney Ward. Mark is off tonight. We begin with breaking news this evening. Trent Avenue blocked right now between Havana and Waldo. This is because of a deadly car crash. According to the Spokane Police Department, 2 people are confirmed dead, and we know 3 cars were involved. Police right now are asking all drivers to stay away from that area completely, use alternate routes as they are continuing to investigate, and they will be there for a while. We do have a crew there at the scene working to get more information. We'll bring it to you just as soon as we have it. Also tonight, new court documents show how investigators tracked down a suspect in 3 arsons in Spokane's West Hills neighborhood. KREM 2's Shannon Maui has been digging through the court documents today to explain how witnesses helped crack this case.
Yeah, the impacts of that fire are still visible. The roadway and this bike path stained pink with firefighting retardant. And just beyond the trees to my right, you can see the scorched earth. Vicki Smith was arrested Thursday morning in Tukwila. She now faces 3 arson charges after investigators say she admitted to starting the fires to get housing. New court documents show the case came together thanks to surveillance video, confessions by the accused arsonist, and witnesses who spoke up. Cindy Moralia had just gotten home after evacuating the August 3rd Sunset Highway fire.
The arson investigator drove by and stopped when he saw me and said, "Would you please watch for anyone coming out of the golf course? We think that the arson suspect may be fleeing into this neighborhood."
Within no time, Moralia heard something over her fence. It was a woman in the brush.
Hiding. I said, what are you doing here? And she said, I'm smoking pot.
Moralia called police and kept the woman from running away or going into neighbors' properties. During a 20 to 30 minute escort out of the area, Moralia says the woman told her a lot.
Telling me about how discouraged she was about the services that she got. She got nothing to eat, nothing to drink, you know, how all these programs for the homeless were terrible.
They also talked about the fires.
I said, I'm really upset about these fires. She goes, yeah, I'd be upset too if someone were setting fires by my house. But I think she wanted to be heard.
While being questioned about trespassing, officers say Vicki Smith repeatedly asked if she was going to be arrested for lighting fires, admitting to starting them to get housing. Officers say she told them there wouldn't be any more fires because it wasn't August 3rd anymore. Investigators later tied that reference to graffiti written downtown threatening to burn Spokane on August 3rd. Surveillance video from a nearby bank was matched to the recorded interview with Smith and photos taken by Cindy Moralia.
Yeah, and she didn't mind. She smiled. I told her, you're going to be a suspect in an arson investigation. And she kind of smiled at me and let me take her pictures.
Investigators were able to find Smith's email address from a previous investigation and contacted her. Through that conversation, they were able to track her to Tukwila and arrest her. Smith is still in a King County jail at last check on $75,000 bond, awaiting extradition back to Spokane County. Shannon Maui, KREM 2 News.
And as KREM 2 works to bring you more to every story, we did reach out to Spokane police today to ask why the arson suspect was let go even after she had admitted to police last Friday that she had set multiple fires. Now, according to court documents, this graffiti that said "Burn Down Spokane" with the date of August 3rd was found on August 3rd, and it was discovered as the fire department was investigating those 3 fires that all started on the same day. One of them, again, becoming the Sunset Highway fire. It sparked multiple level 3 evacuations, and then later that night, just after midnight, as the Sunset Highway fire was still actively burning, police were called in to investigate that trespassing call. And according to court records, the suspect repeatedly asked if she was going to be arrested for lighting fires, but police never did arrest her. For documents show they then gave her a ride to the homeless shelter. So coming up tonight on KREM 2 News at 6, we'll hear what police had to say. Now tracking the latest on the wildfires burning in Maui. As of today, at least 55 people have been killed, and that number is expected to rise. The governor of Hawaii is calling the fires the worst disaster in the state's history. Tonight, we are seeing new video of people waiting for a Coast Guard rescue after they had to jump into the ocean just to escape the fire that was roaring through the historic town of Lahaina. While 80% of the town was destroyed, Many evacuees were anxious to see whether their homes had been spared. Drone video captured how the fast-moving fire incinerated homes, but spared some others that were just feet away. The burn zone stretches for about 8 miles. Relief is on the way, but getting supplies to the island is a challenge.
Our hearts are broken for people, but we have to go forward. We have to survive as a people, and that's what we'll do.
So Maui is under a curfew right now, and officials are urging people who do not live there to please stay away. Also coming up tonight at 5:15, a Spokane resident with ties to Hawaii is opening up about the destruction. Now switching gears, we want to talk weather. The weekend is upon us, and with it comes the return of the summer heat. We're turning now to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo.
Pro tip, the lake.
Yes, I think that's a great pro tip.
Yeah, there we go. We've got a ton of them around the region, so don't go to the one I go to so I can enjoy some peace and quiet. Thank you. Overall, it is an absolutely gorgeous end to the work week. Look at these yahoos. We're going to shame these people. I've taken a break from shaming people on the Coeur d'Alene cam, but when you're that close to shore where there's people and kids on the beach and kids out in the water with your jet skis whipping donuts, you have a whole lake. Get away from shore. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Next week, we've got some excessive heat across much of the region. Excessive heat watch is in effect Monday through Thursday for our temperatures soaring. In that time, it is likely our highs will range from 98 to 108 degrees. It is going to be that kind of warm across much of the inland northwest. The heat builds as we build a ridge of high pressure overhead. That ridge kind of looks like this right now. A little bit. And what winds up happening is it's going to continue to build and get more pronounced. So over the weekend, as that happens, our temperatures go from kind of mid to low 80s today to mid to upper 80s tomorrow to low 90s on Sunday and then upper 90s on Monday and staying there through Thursday. It is going to be seriously hot next week.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. Covering North Idaho now, a man was found dead in Lake Coeur d'Alene this week. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says they were originally called out for a sailboat that had run aground around 5 o'clock yesterday. No one was found on the boat itself, but within the hour they had received a report of a body. It turned out to be 82-year-old John Ryan in the lake. They say it appears Ryan was the only person on board that boat. An investigation is now underway to figure out what led up to his death.